Okay, in Encompass, we have two asset verification companies that we use, and this would be to get the electronic bank statements automatically sent into Encompass. We have two companies. One is called Accountchek, and the other one is called Finicity. So I'll start with Accountchek. So under Services, you can click on Order Verifications. And when that comes up, it's going to give you a list of the verification companies. You would choose Accountchek Verification of Assets, then click on Submit. It's going to come up and it's going to ask you to log in. You'll have a username and password. You have to click on Authorize. Once you're authorized, it's going to ask you who you want to send the request to. You can either do copy from borrower or co-borrower. So if I want to send this to the borrower, I would click copy from borrower. It's going to bring in the borrower's information, and it's going to default to 90-day history, which is a 3-month bank statement. If you're only looking for 30 days or 60 days, you would then have to change this request to 30 or 60 days. So if I wanted 2 months bank statements, this refresh period is going to default to 60 days. That means we can repull this credit report or this bank statement for 60 days and get refreshes on the bank statement without incurring an additional charge. So if you want to be able to do this for 3 months, you can change it to 3 months, but typically we leave it at 2 months because we should close the loan within 60 days. Once that's completed, then you'll just simply click on Submit. And that will then send a request to the customer. They'll get an email and they'll sign up on the Accountchek website. They'll choose their banking institution, put in their account numbers, and link up their accounts. And then once that information is successful, it'll then send a report back into Encompass. So I'm going to go over here to the VOA Management tab, and you'll see on this report, I sent a request to the customer and a report came back into Encompass. So it'll say the report is ready when it's ready. And what that'll do then is that'll be put into the E folder under Accountchek right here, 3-in-1 VOA VOIE. It'll be in this label. The processors will typically move this to our bank statement label under the Assets tab. They'll move it to the bank statements, but by default, when it comes to an Encompass, it'll be in this Accountchek label. The same process works for the Finicity. It's under Services, Order Verifications. You would then choose Finicity Verification of Assets. Click on Submit. And the Finicity screen will then appear. So when the Finicity screen appears, it's going to default to 2 months. You only have a choice of 2 months, 1 month, or 6 months from Finicity. There's no 3-month report. And then it'll automatically put the borrower's name in there. And then you would then click this box and say order. And then you have to select an email address if you want it to be sent to someone in particular. Enter the email address of the person you would like to be notified when the verification of asset report is ready. So you can either put in processor email if you're requesting it as a processor, or if you're doing this as a loan officer and you want to be indicated or notified when the VOA report is ready, you would put your email address in this box, and then you would click down here. Click down here on the submit button right here, the blue submit. Again, that'll send email to the customer, letting them sign up for the Finicity verification of asset program. And it'll then send the report back into Encompass. That report will then come into a label called verifications in the E folder. It'll be down here in the bottom. It'll be a label right here where it says verifications. It'll come into a label. Again, the processors typically move it to the bank statements label, but just so you know where to look for it. So the Finicity will come into verifications, and the Accountchek will come up here under Accountchek 3-in-1.